Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray, and on today's show, we are cooking with Long Beach's own firefighter Dave Ulinski. That's right, Long Beach, baby. We are gonna be cooking a rigatoni dish that he calls the Long Beach Special. So let's get ready to cook on Firehouse Kitchen. Dave Ulinski, Long Beach Fire Department. All right, we're gonna go Long Beach, baby, in the house. He's also, I think, the youngest guy that we've had on Firehouse Kitchen. How many years are you a fireman?
I'm gonna have 5 years this coming August.
All right, and you live in Long Beach?
Live in Long Beach my whole life. I love it.
Long Beach is a party town. Party town, yeah. So you're young, you're single.
So far.
And you're a fireman. All right, ladies, Dave Ulinski, he's out there. All right, Dave, what are we making today?
All right, today we're gonna make a little pasta dish. We're gonna do a rigatoni with sausage, spinach, and a garlic and butter sauce. It's super easy to make, it's super cheap, and it's fast to make, and it's also very filling, so it's actually fills all the criteria for a good firehouse meal. Great thing to make in the firehouse. We do a lot of calls back at home in Long Beach, so we do around 4,500 calls a year. So we don't have a tremendous amount of time to sit all day cooking, so something like this is perfect for a good summer day.
I love it.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna start off, we already have the water boiling over here. We started that off because that takes quite some time.
All right.
So we're gonna throw this into the water, get that going. Awesome job, Ray. You're doing good.
Thank you.
You're doing good.
You did a good job at that.
Okay, first thing we're gonna do besides the pasta, we're gonna chop up some garlic. All right, so throw it to the side. Good little trick to open up these garlics. You kind of open up the bottom of it and put it down, and you could smash it, and it kind of gets all the garlic out. So
Explosion.
good little trick.
That's what firemen love to do. We love smashing things.
There you go. Kind of break out the good pieces.
We love putting water on things, and we like smashing things.
There you go.
There you go.
Like good clean work firemen too.
All right, what's next? Tell me more about, about our garlic that we're cutting up and doing up.
More about the garlic.
I mean, are we any special way you're opening it now? I see we cut it up the middle.
Yeah, I cut up the middle and peel it. I actually have another creative way. I need like 2 big metal pans, but I didn't see any here today.
Oh, and you smash them?
Yeah, we smash them in the pans, and then you open them right up.
And then I got my magic. I smash.
Let's do it.
It comes right out. Look at that.
I'm into whatever way you get this garlic out.
It.
This is probably the most annoying part of making this meal.
Yes. Well, Joe Ciminera, he's on the show Taste This. He likes to leave the garlic all together like this, and he says it holds the flavor more. I like chopping it up in there, but then again, he's a chef, and I'm just a lowly fireman.
Yeah.
We're just lowly firemen, blue collar workers.
We just do what we're told, right?
All right, so I'll slice for you. You want to keep opening?
Yep, we're gonna open them all.
Am I mincing this up? What is it? Mincing? What's that word?
Mincing? Sure.
Mincing. There we go.
Get it as small as you could possibly get it.
All right, so I'll do a little chop. I like it. Garlic's always good for flavor. Brings it all out. That's it. You just throw it on the floor. That's how we usually do it in the fire department.
Yeah, someone like me can clean it up.
There you go.
Nice young guy.
Yeah, the young guy. Are you in charge of cleaning the pots in the kitchen?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Right.
I got a couple guys under me now.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I try not to abuse that too much,
No, it's hard not to. It's like power that you just pick that up, Proby, so you don't drop things on the floor like, hey, buddy.
Oh.
Get up.
Oh.
No.
I find that's a good way to judge a man's character.
Yes.
Just to see how they react when they're given power.
There you go. Well, that's I have a saying. Guys who get promoted in the fire department. Somebody becomes a lieutenant. Somebody becomes a captain. They either take the job because they need extra money.
Yep.
Or they take the job because they want power. The ones who take it for power are usually pains in the butts, right? Those are the guys that want to change the rules. The guys who take the captain or the lieutenant position because they need money for their family, that's a normal guy who's trying to do the right thing, working his way up.
Yep.
That if you think that you're going to have, a better way of doing things in the fire department, so I need to become a captain or a lieutenant. That's usually the jerk. You know, that's the Niedermeyer. Killed by his own troops, in the Animal House, All right. What comes next? We got loads of garlic.
Let's keep going.
All right, I'll mince this up.
While you do this also, I'm gonna get the sausage cooking.
All right, let's get the sausage cooking. So now what are we gonna do with the sausage? We're just gonna sear it?
We're gonna fully cook it through as much as we can, so then we can chop it up. We're gonna slice it into little circles, and then we're gonna throw it back on the grill and cook it again, and then we'll add it to the rest of the dish later.
Sounds like a plan. We'll do that. You know what, Dave? We're just gonna move this down to here, just so we have that. There you go. Move that down there. We'll grab this one for later. We're good.
Okay, to cook our sausage, we're just gonna throw a little bit of oil. That way we don't burn the sausage while we're cooking.
We don't want to burn the sausage. Very nice.
We'll let that simmer for a little bit.
Okay.
This garlic, we can kind of chop it up a little bit more.
A little bit more. You like it really minced.
Really minced.
Oh, I said it right that time.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Probably as small as you can go.
Okay.
You just keep going.
Just don't cut your finger.
Just don't cut the finger.
That's it. Pretty good mince there. Now, is this going to go in with the sausage, or is this going in its own?
With this, we're actually going to move to the next pan.
Okay.
We're going to have the garlic with some oil to get the garlic toasted a little bit.
Okay.
Get a little bit of brown. Then I add the spinach. After we add the spinach, I get that all cooking together. Add some butter, and that kind of makes your sauce with the spinach. Then after you have the sausage and the pasta, you combine all the ingredients, and then you'll have your final dish.
Very nice. Now, this is a Firehouse pan. That's what they all look like in the Firehouse.
They do.
All right. So, garlic is in the pan.
This we can probably hold off.
Like that. So we'll hold off on that, but that's it?
We're going to hold off on that a little bit because that's probably the quickest thing. That stuff cooks really quick.
Okay, so we're waiting for this to cook up?
We're just waiting on the sauce.
All right, so while we're waiting for the sausage to cook up, why don't we go to one of my fire safety tips, and we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray, and today's safety tip is forest fires. We do not want to start forest fires, and one of the main ways they start is by campfires. People don't know how to make a campfire. Make sure you have a nice perimeter around the campfire, surround it with rocks so those embers don't spread, and then discard your ashes correctly. Bury them nice and deep till there's no more smoke. You don't want to leave a smoking campfire because that can ignite again and cause a forest fire. And then we're gonna have to roll this bad boy out, this brush fire truck. I'm Firefighter Ray, and these tips save lives. Now we are back, and it looks like the sausage is done.
Absolutely. I think we can take it off the frying pan now.
All right.
We can knock that down.
Okay.
Pop these babies off. I'm going to have you slice these up into little circles for me.
All right, that sounds good.
And throw them right into that dish.
Very cool.
I just slice them up. I'm going to leave these back on here.
1 second.
You got it?
We'll hold them down, make them nice. And what, like quarter size?
Absolutely.
I'm destroying them.
Do the best you can do. It's fine. It's going to be all mixed in. You'll eat it all together.
You know what? Grab me that knife, one of those small knives right there.
A little nice.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
There you go. Absolutely. Serrated is sometimes better.
Yep, serrated is better.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to throw the garlic on, which we already have in the pan, and we're going to start sauteing it with a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to come over here, kick up the heat a little bit, throw in a good amount of oil.
Ooh, that's much better.
We don't want to burn this garlic. Now this part is probably the part of cooking where you definitely need to keep an eye on it because your garlic can burn really quick and ruin the entire meal. You have to go and buy some more garlic. Never want to do that.
Yes, firemen do not like spending money.
Well, I gotta say, that's one of the beauties of this entire meal. This entire meal cost me around $30 to go get, and it'll feed probably easily 6 guys. The portions that we're using right now, we cut it down a little bit, so probably 3 to 4 guys. But $30, again, is gonna feed around 60 guys, so it's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
And I'll leave them with some full stomachs too. It's a hearty meal.
Wow, it's like $5 a man.
That's a great, it's a great day.
Take that.
We try to keep it under $20 a day. Anything above $20, guys get upset.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I worked in Glendale, Queens once, and the Myrtle Turtles, and we had a meal, and they got steak and lobster. I was like, oh good. I thought maybe the steak and lobster got like donated by the local store. It's $12 a man. I was the detail. I got there. I only had $10 on me. Well, they bucked up. They did the right thing. But half of the fire company like went bananas. A $12 meal.
$12 meal.
Yeah,
it's crazy. We're very particular.
Yeah.
We're setting our ways too.
We are setting our ways. Now, Dave, I asked this to everybody who's been on Firehouse Kitchen.
Okay.
What made you become a firefighter? What made you a Long Beach firefighter? Is it for the ladies? Is that why we did it?
There's always that. No, actually, our job, we do EMS as well as fire. So I'm also a paramedic as well as a fireman. So I actually started as a paramedic before I got the job, found out about the job, took the test, did well, did the agility, did well, passed the medical, and then finally got hired. And I love the job. I love being able to do EMS as well as fire. You know, they're equally important to me. So
wow.
It's a great time. All right, so now we have the garlic pretty toasted, as you can see in the pan. Want to get a good look?
Yeah.
Cool. You don't want to go any more than that because we're going to start burning. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take our spinach that we have. This is really just pretty much one big bag of spinach, and this stuff's all going to cook down. It'll probably fill up the entire pan. Try not to get burned. Okay, now that we got the spinach in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss it a little bit to get that garlic off the bottom of the pan. So we're going to kind of mix it in with the spinach, because if that garlic just sits on the bottom, it's definitely going to burn.
Wow.
We're gonna do right now, and we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw in a half stick of butter. It's a good time for that.
Half stick of butter.
This is gonna be the basis of the sauce. Is gonna be the butter with a little bit of the oil and the garlic as well. And if you're a little bit more health conscious, you can kind of substitute a little bit more oil for butter. If you want more flavor, go with a little more butter. It's up to you.
You can also use margarine, right?
Absolutely, sure.
A little bit of margarine.
Yeah.
Instead of other stuff. Can't believe it's not butter. Whatever that stuff is.
Absolutely.
It's yellow.
Yeah, how are we doing on that? All right,
we're
gonna
good.
Take that. Let's throw that into your plate right there, because we're gonna throw it right on here. Or you can throw
it right there. Okay.
Yep, we're gonna cook it again.
We'll push it right in. Let me use the big knife. Ready? We're going underneath.
Go ahead.
Not going on the floor. We're going in the pan.
I like it.
Not going on the floor.
Oh, you missed the spot. No, it's okay. I'm kidding.
Right, I'll eat it
Kidding.
on the floor.
Okay, we're gonna get this cooking again. This is gonna fully cook the sausage because before it was pretty much just the outside, and there's still a little bit of raw on the inside, so we wanna finish cooking that.
Now look at the sparks.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry. Some sausage. Now, what got you into cooking?
Firehouse, definitely. I gotta say, I was a dedicated Chinese food lover until I got hired at the fire department. But then it becomes automatic. You know, you start, you're the probie, so you're chopping, you're doing the basics. They're just telling you what to do, and then you kind of pick up some tips here and there, and you figure out what you like, and you just dive right in.
Now, I know your family.
Yep.
Your dad was a cook, or I know he's a butcher.
Definitely a butcher.
All right, I know. He was a butcher for like 30 years, right?
30 years. He just recently retired about 5 years ago, which is pretty awesome. He's enjoying the snowbird life, lives down in Florida during the summer playing golf, and then goes and plays some more golf up in New York, upstate New York, near Wyndham, in the summer.
Now, did he just cut the meat, or did he also cook the meat?
He cooked the meat, and he was a big barbecue guy, I want to say.
Okay.
You know, I don't think he was getting too creative with different spices and flavors, but he was definitely good at the grill. You know, cook it exactly the right temperature, whatever you wanted.
Yeah, I don't barbecue at my house. My wife does all the barbecue.
Okay, I think the sauce is pretty done on this pan. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and we're gonna dump it back into with the spinach and our sauce.
Go for it. Mix it up.
Yeah, we can even use these tongs a little bit.
Okay.
Get this thing going real good.
While we are cooking this up, any good fire stories? I always like to ask my guests. You know, I told a story one time about my helmet being backwards or something embarrassing. If you want to make fun of somebody, just don't say their first name, but the whole firehouse will know who they're talking about. What do you got for me, Dave?
Comedy. I don't know about comedy, but we just did have like a serious storm that probably everybody else knows about, Sandy. That was about last year, a year and a half now we're looking at. Kind of, you're still seeing some wreckage down in Long Beach. People are still not in their homes. They're still trying to get into their homes, so it's pretty devastating. And I was actually working the night of the storm, and I gotta say, it was pretty incredible to see what we saw. I mean, our entire city was pretty much under about, 4 or 5 feet of water. And that night, there was actually a house that was on fire, similar to what happened in Breezy, where their car was in a garage in a house, set the house on fire, went to the next house, and the next house, and the next house.
The whole block?
Yep, it was pretty much 10 houses total that went up. The problem was nobody could call. There was no cell service. There was nothing. So one text message made it through to one of the guys that we were working at. We were able to go to the roof of City Hall, and we could look out about 2 miles or so, and you could see the houses burning in the distance. And then our executive officer, Lieutenant Thomas O'Dowd, made the call that we were going to go for it and see what happened. If we made it, great. If we didn't, we didn't. And we started trudging through the water very slowly, I might add. It kind of looked like a boat as we were going through the water. And we made it there, somehow in one piece, and somehow our engine was still working.
You didn't lose your rig?
We didn't lose the rig. We made it there. We had to guess where the fire hydrant was because it was underwater. It was about 3 feet underwater. So we actually had to dive under to connect to the hydrant. And we started fighting fires, and about 6 hours later, we finally got it under control. There's only about 30 firemen there at the time, too, that made it there. So it was a pretty incredible story. Okay, this looks done. Looks like the pasta's pretty finished.
Pasta's done, sausage is done. All right, we gotta drain the pasta, get the sausage ready. While we're doing that, why don't we go to a fire fact right now, and we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray, and today's fire fact is the duct tool. Now, you might see firemen with this or on the fire truck and say, what the heck are they using this for? This, like the Halligan, it helps us open doors. In New York City, there's a lot of roll-down gates, and they use padlocks to hold it. Well, if they have one of those serious padlocks on, we can't get it off with the Halligan. We take our duct tool, we stick it in, and then we hit it with the back of the axe, and it pries that lock right off. It'll also take it off the bulkhead doors on the basement or off a roof. Today's fire fact is the duct tool. It takes out any padlock. I'm Firefighter Ray, and this is our fire fact. We are back. All right, we got our pasta ready, sausage is ready. What is our next step now?
Next step is the best one. We're gonna mix the two ingredients. So we're gonna take our pasta, we're gonna dump it into the sausage and spinach concoction we got going on. We're gonna just heat it up together and mix it.
Okay, got a little bit of little
throw
bit
it
of
on in there. I'm gonna hit up the heat a little bit. And that's probably good.
That's good, all right.
All right, so we're just gonna mix it up a little bit. And this is just getting all the sauces
Looks
together.
delicious.
Absolutely. You know what? I think I'm actually just gonna add a little bit of butter too to give it a little substance.
There is never badness when we add
When it comes to butter, right? Butter is better.
If I was cooking, I would just throw it all in.
You want it?
No,
I'll do it.
Oh, you don't want it. That's
Done.
We don't want it sliding off our plate. So you learned all about cooking. You know, what else have you learned since you've been on the fire department? You know, you're a young guy, 29 years old. Oh my goodness, I wish I was 29 again. Not about ladies. What have you learned about ladies? What have you learned in the fire department?
Well, I gotta say, there's one thing particularly that like stands out in my mind is, you know, like as a kid, you're always taught to wear your seatbelt, and you're always like reinforced it with your parents, your teachers, everywhere you go. It's put on your seatbelt, put it on your seatbelt, put it on your seatbelt. But one thing that changes your mind is when you see the direct results of what can happen when you're not wearing your seatbelt, or when you are wearing your seatbelt. So right after I got out of the academy, it was like January. It was a really cold night, I remember. At the middle of the night, probably like 2 a.m. There was a guy, he's driving. He's only about a block away from his house. He's on a one-way street. Couldn't have been going more than 20, 30 miles an hour. Turns out we think that he was texting while he was driving. Also, no. It seems that he hit the back rear corner of a Jeep and flipped his Honda Civic straight over. At that time, he was not wearing a seatbelt. And what we noticed when we pulled up was the cops coming up to us telling us, that's it, that he passed away. We got up to him. It turns out he wasn't. He was still breathing. Massive amount of blood. It wasn't a pretty scene. We loaded him up. We kept him alive. We got all the way to South Nassau, which is about 15, 20 minutes away. We kept him alive. They got him there. They were able to keep him alive as well. But it turns out he was brain dead. And they actually had to, his father actually donated all his organs, which is a pleasant story. He came up to the firehouse another day and thanked us for everything that we did, even though there's nothing much that we could do.
No.
Now, in direct opposite of that, about a week later from that story, I had another call. This one, a guy was traveling about 30, 40 miles an hour, got cut off. It made him roll his vehicle about 2 times. landed on its tires. He was wearing a seatbelt. Walks out of the car, not a scratch on him. Didn't have to go to the hospital, nothing.
So those seatbelt, that's serious. Wear your seatbelt. And it's funny, probably the second car looked worse than the first car, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the first car only rolled over once, but it was enough that you're not wearing your seatbelt, you're gonna get ejected at any speed. It doesn't matter if you're going 10 miles an hour or 30.
Oh, these Jeeps that kids drive around in now with the top off and convertibles. You gotta wear your seatbelt. You gotta wear your seatbelt. We lost somebody when I was in high school to, they were in a Jeep and they got ejected from it. They hit a tree. You know, everyone else lived. The one person fell out, hit a tree, and they passed away. You know, very, very serious stuff.
Okay, we're all set.
Looks good? All right. Let's take our bowl. You know, we'll do it right. Now, you know what? Let's do it over here. I'll use my strength. Ooh, hot pan, but I can
I'll help
tough
you
it
out. I'll help you out.
Scoop it out. Well, looks like the rigatoni's breaking up a little bit.
Ah, yeah, some people like it a little al dente. I like it a little broken up and soft like this.
I like it nice and soft. I like, you know what? I like it soft too.
Yeah, it's a little different.
You know where I think I got it from when I was a little kid? I used to make spaghetti sandwiches. I used to make spaghetti and meatballs. I think
that's enough for me now.
Nice and soft. That's good? Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our Long Beach special, all right? I cannot wait to taste this. I love anything with sausage. All right, let's do this. Let's scoop some out.
Sure.
You get a little, I get a little. Here we go from there. We do crazy things here on Firehouse Kitchen. All right. We make good messes too.
Absolutely. We got other people who come
Very
along.
nice. Now, you have an older sister?
Yes.
You have an older sister and...
About to have a baby.
Really?
Yeah, about to be an uncle. About to be an uncle.
I met your sister years ago during Hurricane Gloria. We all went to Grandma Bees' house.
Yeah.
And you came with your sister. You were just a little baby. You were even alive back then. What year were you born?
85.
Oh my God. 85, my goodness.
What were you doing in 85, Ray?
In 85, I was 13 years old. Yeah, so in 85.
Did you know you were going to be a fireman?
I actually did. Actually, you know what? I do martial arts, and I wrote. My wife owns a karate school, and I've been doing karate with her for a while. But I had to write a paper in school, and it asked me what I wanted to be when I was older, and I wrote down I wanted to be a police officer and a fireman.
And a fireman.
Yeah, and then my teacher told me you couldn't do both, and I said, okay. I wrote a police officer and a karate guy. And she said, oh, those two things you can do. Well, all right, let's get ready to eat.
Yeah. All right, let me grab some forks and we'll see how we're doing.
Here we go. We're famous for our plastic forks in the firehouse.
Okay, I'm gonna let you try first. See what you think.
Little fork pasta. That is delicious. Actually, the pasta is perfect. Wow. Explosion of flavor.
Oh, this is definitely a garlic meal. I love garlic. You can't put enough garlic.
Yeah.
And butter helps. It's super simple. It's super quick. It's cheap. Like I said, it's really filling. It's really hearty. So it just works great at the firehouse.
So you don't want to eat this before like a date, before you go out with those ladies. No. But it is absolutely delicious.
You definitely want to hit the couch after you eat this.
To find out more about Firehouse Kitchen, go to firehousekitchenshow.com. You can get Dave's recipe on that. Also, you can learn how to make a donation to the Burn Center. Friend us on Facebook at Firehouse Kitchen. You can see pictures from this show. You can see Dave, handsome Dave, with us from Long Beach.
Thank you.
And Dave, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Ray, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having
And
me.
I'll see you next time on
Firehouse Kitchen.
All right. Let me eat some more rigatoni.
Yeah, it's good.
The Long Beach special.
Awesome.
I'm just gonna stuff my face.